Now the exclusive promoter of Kevin Rhodes' multiple books on Hognose Snakes, and we're currently offering the largest discount to date of 33% off using the promo code shovelhog33. The link to purchase these books will be located in the description of this video. How y'all doing today? It's your boy Jermaine from shovelnosehogs, back with another video, and today we're just going to be discussing egg binding because it's kind of an idea that I thought of just in the middle of the night, just thinking in my head, you know how we do, trying to solve all the world's problems. But yeah, egg binding, if you don't know, is basically when a snake is having difficulty passing their eggs and the eggs get stuck within them in their oviduct, and it can result in them passing away, or sometimes they can absorb some of the eggs and eventually pass it over the weeks. But whenever this problem happens, usually they don't lay viable eggs. So I've dealt with it in the past. I've had snakes that had really bad egg binding where I had to take them to the vet, and they eventually passed the eggs and successfully laid further clutches. I've also had it where it made my snake pass away. So I have a lot of experience with this. But what I really want to talk about is the potential cause of it and what the discussion usually is on Discord, YouTube, Facebook groups. I feel like we always target the female. We're always trying to figure out what's wrong with the female. Why did this female get egg bound? I want to start shifting the conversation to not blaming the female so much, but also considering the male. Because in my experience, I can't speak for everybody else, but every time I've had a female that was egg bound, they got egg bound because of an infertile egg. So whenever they passed the egg was not viable. It was a bad looking egg, clearly infertile. I've never had a female become egg bound due to laying fertile eggs. So I was just thinking, I was like, maybe it's not the female's fault. Maybe we need to start focusing more on our males and how we're caring for our males. So for example, with me during breeding season, whenever I take my females out of brumation to make sure that they lay really calcified eggs, I dust their mice with calcium plus vitamin D as well as multivitamins every time I feed them. But I was only doing that with my females. I wasn't doing that with the males. In terms of the males, the only protocol I was using with them is make sure that they weren't getting too hot, because if you get them too hot, it can affect their the fertility of their sperm, or how good their sperm is, the viability of that. And so this year I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start supplementing everybody. So if you watch my videos, a lot of people have commented, man, you're dusting with calcium and multivitamins basically every feeding. What are you doing that for? Or what are you using it? And I'm just doing experiment. I'm just experimenting like I always do, because I was like, you know what? If I'm doing all this stuff for the females, it's just as important that my males are equally healthy. So I want to see if it's going to benefit the males if I give them vitamins, if I give them calcium almost every feeding. Will that make their sperm a lot better? And I don't know, it could just be a good year. Like my last clutch, I did have some infertiles, but I've had a really positive breeding season this year, and I've had very good fertility odds. And like I said, I've been supplementing my males with multivitamins as well as calcium and vitamin D. And I think maybe those multivitamins are actually helping strengthen their sperm. Also be because I may have timed everything right to where they successfully fertilize the eggs. But I haven't been getting that many slugs like in years past. Even the eggs that don't have embryos that I know that are eventually going to die, they look like viable eggs. So just want to add to the conversation. Maybe we should start focusing on the care of our males, making sure that they're supplemented right, their diet is right, they're at the right temperatures, because they may be the component on why we have egg-bound females. and not just blaming the females. So that's just my video. Like I say, just want to add to the discussion. I really want to know what y'all think about. Leave it in a comment. Y'all can message me on Instagram. I'll see y'all for the next one. Peace out.
And I now have a Patreon account for those who want to support me even further. Here you will have access to exclusive videos, giveaways, as well as discounts. The link will be in the bottom in the description. And if you purchase Reppy links, feel free to use the discount code shovelhogs to receive 5% off of all purchases.